Hey guys, Weather Expert here, bringing us a weather update, a tropical update latest on Hurricane Joaquin and the flooding in South Carolina. And this is going to be very devastating for South Carolina. I'll be getting to that soon, but first we have to start with Joaquin. Now the first thing is it's starting to weaken. You guys see that it reached a Category 4 monster with 155 mile per hour winds. Last time we've seen that was Igor in 2010. That's 5 years, and Igor passed to the east of Bermuda. This thing is either going to go really close over or west of Bermuda, most likely west, but we can't discount that it's going to make a landfall. Now you can see the system is becoming very disorganized because of some shear that's coming along with this system. You guys see that the clouds over here are starting to get got kind of like this tilt to them. That means wind shear is starting to come from the west, and we can see that in the water vapor imagery. You guys see this trough is starting to let's just go to the latest image. You guys see the trough is starting to come in and it's starting to shear the system out to sea. But when I think of out to sea, I think that this system won't hit any land masses. But most likely Bermuda will either have the National Hurricane Center has a 30% chance of development of not 30% chance of development, 30% chance of hurricane force winds. And this trough is saving our butts. And I mean, this system moves too slowly for this negatively tilted trough. If it was up here, this system would probably be up here. If it would go right into Carolina, it would curve out and then go right into North Carolina. But now it's over here, which means it's going to be out to sea because this thing is coming positively tilted a little more, and it's going to be ejecting this thing out into Bermuda. It'll move pretty fast, so I think it's going to be, a couple. It's not going to be that bad, but I'm not sure how bad it's really going to be. But really, I'm not going to talk about La Joaquin. I'm going to be talking more about the flooding in Charleston, and I'm really concerned. I'm going to look at that later. Here's the current radar over Charleston. You guys see that the rain bands have left the heaviest rain. They got pounded, and I mean, they got pounded with 2 inches of rain. They had a band right here with 2 inches of rain. And here's a band right here that are off to the east. Are just going to come right back into the city. And they're not done yet. They're not even close. Here's another band coming in. And most likely this will produce some pretty heavy rain, maybe 1 inch per hour. And I've seen some cloud lifts that have produced 5.5 inches of rain in 6 minutes. No, 5.5 inches per hour in 6 minutes. So they got about 1/4 inch. So that's crazy in 6 minutes. Probably actually 1/2 inch probably or something like that. But really, it's a really concern for me to see this flooding in Charleston. As we look at they had a severe thunderstorm warning earlier with 60 mile per hour winds. You guys see that right here. Now we gotta see the base velocity. You guys see that this wind just came along. It's starting to weaken now because it's starting to drift off and starting to weaken from like all the coastal effects of it with the converging winds over here, which gave us some really nice tilting and really it gave it that wind that came right on shore. And now it's starting to weaken because it's going inland. But Charleston got whipped with some pretty heavy rain, strong winds. It's been a miserable day, and I expect it to just get worse and worse as the rain keeps coming. So here's a 1 hour, and I'm not going to put this into a loop because it looks pretty weird. So here's the purple will represent 2 to 2.5 inches per hour. Charleston got about 1/2 inch to 1 inch an hour, but the band was over 2 hours, so it's about 2 inches. And I've seen some pretty hefty reports. And we look at this is an amazing product. Look at how awesome high definition this is. And as we go out here, you can see that band just came through and just blew up all the rain. And this Charleston, these pinks, these light pinks, indicative of 7 inches, and these you start seeing some darker pinks, that's 7.5 inches, and then we start seeing these, which is 8 inches, 9 inches, and this over here, whoops, and this is 10 inches right here. This is very, yeah, I don't know what I did right there. But really, this is a really pretty devastating. What's going on? I don't know what I'm doing. I think I just put in landscape mode. It looks pretty cool though. But yeah, so Charleston's getting nailed with just rain, and it's going to persist. And I think with all said and done, we could have 15 inches in the city. The airport has already reported 10 inches of rain. It's only 1/2 inch away, and I'm pretty sure it just hit that of the rainiest all-time record of rain in one day. So this is this could be very, very devastating. Now, what about in the long term? Well, we have the HUR model, which is it's an alright short-term model. It's not always perfect, but you guys see that the main concept is it expands the band, and that's what it's doing right now with this. You can see some, if I go back to the base reflectivity, you can see the band starting to expand just like the HUR has, and it turns it into some pinks. Some purples are 2 inches per hour plus. So the HUR is actually indicating 10 additional inches for Charleston, and I don't know, this might be overdone. I think 8 inches is a good amount, and that's actually for Charleston, that's a pretty bad amount. But yeah, guys, really, I just want to get to you guys that in Charleston, this could be a very devastating and life-threatening storm. But you guys, see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.